Whack-A-Mole 68. Did you ever think you'd get two Whack-A-Moles back to back? This is one of those special editions Whack-A-Moles where there was a Whack-A-Mole just posted and you blinked and now there's another Whack-A-Mole. Don't you like that? You know how you do binging on Netflix or on when TNT or one of those channels has like Law and Order, Olivia's in Peril marathon on SVU. That's what this is. Mazzy's giving you a bonus Whack-A-Mole. 5 random shots. 5 random pulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this one's thick. Thick. Okay. Fred Neil, folk singer. The Dolphins. The Dolphins is an amazing song. I think I showed this on the Whack-A-Mole. It's amazing how your fingers go to certain places. That's not a joke. He actually eventually quit being a performer and moved to Florida and became involved in sort of a dolphin renaissance, and not the Miami Dolphins, not the football team, but the mammal dolphins, dolphin rescues and the like. Everybody's talking. His probably most famous song, popularized by Nielsen on the motion picture Midnight Cowboy, the theme to Midnight Cowboy. Really great kind of low voice, very ethereal folk music. Wonderful record, Capitol Records. Johnny Marr, the great guitar player for the Smiths. This is, I believe this might be his first or second solo album, Playland. He's done a bunch of solo albums recently. I never loved his voice because obviously in the Smiths he had Morrison, so he didn't sing a lot. But he has a great rhythmy version of his lead guitar playing, which to me is wonderful. 2 years ago I saw him in Seattle perform, and he's really got his voice now, literally and figuratively. His songwriting is better. He covers maybe 6, 7 Smith songs that he sings that Morrissey usually sang, and they sound friggin' great. How Soon As Now is amongst them. These are pretty good records. The third record of his last 3 records is probably his best, but I still love Johnny Marr, Manchester boy. Into the Music, not to be confused with Into the Mystic, Van Morrison, 1979, I blew that one. The closest thing to a hit on this that he got a bunch of airplay, which is a very upbeat, kind of melodic, upbeat number, The Bright Side of the Road, Sleepin' Out Queen, Troubadour. I'd say this is a B- in terms of the whole Van Morrison catalog, which is extensive, and if you haven't seen it, you might want to look back in my videos and watch my feature on the exhaustive catalog of Van Morrison. But I do like almost all of his 70s output. This just kind of cuts it close. Yeah, Ry Cooder's on it. Hey, gotta like that. Robin Williamson, English musician, Mark Isham, horn player. Van Morrison, Into the Music. That slip on the lip, mystic music. I'm sure that was intentional on Sir Van's part. Oh, God. What a great fucking record. Gree Gumbo, Yeah, the great Mac Rebennack, the great Dr. John. I probably saw him perform 3 times on his own and once at the Last Waltz. The Night Tripper. Maybe his best album. It just depends. It starts off with Gree Gumbo Ya, which is a whole kind of New Orleans voodoo kind of mood to it. This is a wonderful record. It's so New Orleans. It's so the voodoo of New Orleans that you just got to kind of take it in and let the potions around you literally take effect while you listen to this record. Highly recommended. It was Atco Records. This is a reissue. This is a mono version. I think Kevin Gray. Oh no, this is a Jackpot Records. So, you know, it's not a bad recording, but it's mono. It's cool. I'd rather have an original stereo even, you know. If you watch my mono thing, I'm not a totally sold on mono during that sort of psychedelic and post 68, 69 period. This came out in 1967. That's when they were doing both. So right in the midst of all that psychedelic stuff, he's doing this record, and it kind of crept in there. Didn't get a lot of radio play. A few years later is when the thing really kicked in for Dr. John, for people like myself. So I didn't get this on the first draft on that. And this is a record I know I've shown, but it's one of my favorite Peter Gabriel albums, and it's The Passion. This is the sort of unofficial, official soundtrack to the Martin Scorsese film Last Temptation of Christ. Willem Dafoe plays Christ. Harvey Keitel, I think, plays Judas. And this is an amazing soundtrack. Peter Gabriel is very rhythmic, is very Middle Eastern. He does a lot of ambiance, a lot of rhythms, a lot of sampling from these Middle Eastern, Moroccan, and literally Arabic records and sounds. And there is another version, not on vinyl, but the version called Passion, Peter Gabriel, the Sources, has the original source material. That's on compact disc. I have that, and that's a stunning record. If you like rootsy, original things, I think Sherv, if you're out there listening, Julius Jabbar, Sherv, you'd like this record a lot. If you don't have it, I think you dig this music, and maybe you do already know it. The Sources records, only on compact disc. I don't know if you buy CDs anymore. Unfortunately, not on a record. Probably has a lot of the music that it's in your wheelhouse, of the lot, because I've been watching you showcase these amazing Middle Eastern, Moroccan, Iranian, all this kind of old music from the 20s and 30s and stuff, like these found objects, like Alan Lomax found this sort of roots recordings. Anyway, that's the end of this. This is on, there he is. There's the man himself. Willem Dafoe is Jesus. There's Mary, the whole troupe. Got a lot of flack when it came out. Scorsese doing his take on Jesus when they were like literally, you know, fucking around almost. But sorry to say that. Gorgeous record. Mazzy loves you. 68 out.